Hello, my name's Connor Ace, and this is my GDQ submission video for Half-Life 2 Old Engine with scripts. Time's going to start whenever the train horn goes off, which will be in 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing I'm going to do in this run is I'm going to save and load a few times, and what this will do is hopefully will disjoint the train behind me with the train that I'm in, so that I can use it to just have it shove me out of the train, just like that. So now instead of having to wait for the train to like go all the way to its stop and for the doors to open and stuff, I'm just gonna bunny hop along the side of it and skip all that. Now we're gonna grab this suitcase, and we're gonna use this suitcase for a trick called J-clipping in just a bit, but before we do that, I'm going to go and make a save a little bit further along in the level. Now remember that this save exists because we'll come back to why I make this save later. But now we're gonna do a J-clip, and what a J-clip is if I get this prop right here stuck inside of me just right, which I think I got it there, yeah we did. Every single time I save and load while this prop is stuck inside of me, I will go upwards slightly until I get out of bounds. And now that I'm out of bounds, once again, every single time I save and load, I'll go up. So, I'm just going to keep saving and loading until I get all the way on top of this map, so that I can do a bunny hop sequence from up there to skip the entire thing, including a pretty long cutscene. So we're going to line up, start the bunny hop sequence, and then hopefully jump under this map. That was a pretty good bunny hop sequence there, actually. We have a pretty good angle here. So now we're just going to save and load a few more times while out of bounds until we get back into the map. Just a few more. One more. And we're good. And that skips basically all of the first map. So now for this next map, I'm gonna just jump over this guard's head. He wants me to pick up a can. I don't feel like picking up a can, that's whatever. We'll bunny hop along this way. And open up the first door, and the last door that we're gonna be opening up for probably like 30 minutes or so. Now we're gonna take this prop, and we're just gonna grab it and use it to fly across the sky over here. And now I'm gonna do a little thingy called a save warp. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a save up here, and then by spamming wait commands in the console as I pass through a load trigger, I can actually load the save, and whenever I do, instead of placing me where it normally would whenever the map loads, I actually need to redo that, because I messed up a little bit. Yeah, whenever I do that, instead of putting me at the normal coordinates, it will actually put me... oh, okay. It will actually put me wherever my save was that I decided to save warp with. So now I can use that to get myself right here. But we're not done yet. Remember that save that I put in the very beginning of the map? Or the very beginning of the run? We're actually going to try and now move that save all the way up to this map, and we're gonna use that specific save to skip the next 3 maps after the one that I just skipped. So now I'm just doing a series of save warps back and forth through load triggers so that I can get the save into the right map, which was this one. And now we're gonna place another save there so we can come back to it later. Now I'm gonna set up another save warp save inside of this map. So I'm gonna bunny hop along this rooftop for a little bit. And we're going to grab this soda can so that we can get up here. Now, if I do this bunny hop right, we can make this jump across the roof, and up here, we'll place another save right about there, and we'll load the save that I put in this hallway, and then do one more save warp. And then, hopefully, if we do this right, we can bunny hop off this railing over this way. And we're not done yet. We've actually still got another save warp to go. One last save warp right here. We're loading into the last map of Train Station, and we've successfully skipped all of Train Station with save warps. Now we're just going to bunny hop down this hallway here, and I'm going to do another trick called a save delete. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to save, load the save, delete the save, and then reload the save. And that'll just like respawn me back into the same map with the default weapons and equipment, because since I deleted the save, the game doesn't really know what to do, so it just puts me back into the map where I was. as if like I had just loaded it from console or started a new game there or something. So now we're gonna take this little piece of barrel debris and fly across the sky with it. I accidentally pressed the wrong button there. We're just gonna fly through this train tunnel real quick. And over here. Uh-oh. Can we go up? Thank you. Now we're gonna grab this box and we're gonna do another J-clip. So we're just gonna get this box stuck inside of us, save and load a few times, so we can get above the map right here. And I'm gonna set up another save warp. This one's not gonna be as extensive or have as long of a setup, but I'm gonna create a save right there so I can come back to that point. And I'm just gonna place my save right about there, which will skip just a small portion of the next map whenever I do my save warp. Just like that. Now, we need another box so that we can do a J-clip, so we're just gonna grab this box that's right here. And since we have to take it with us, we're going to avoid these barnacles so that they don't steal our box from us. And now we're going to get it stuck inside of ourselves, which I think I messed up there. So I'm gonna try it again. There we go. So now we'll save load a few times, get through this gate. Also, this map's very prone to crashing, so I have to make sure I don't save load too fast, but we're good now. We're just gonna make our way over this way. And past these barnacles over here. You have to be very careful not to get stuck on these barnacles because we don't have an actual weapon right now. Because whenever you do a save warp, it gets rid of all of your weapons. So we wouldn't have a way to get ourselves unstuck, and we would just have to reload a save. So now we're gonna do another save warp sequence in this map, but this one is pretty tough. So we're gonna spam crouch here to get some speed and launch ourselves up this way. And now we're gonna get shot at by this helicopter for a bit, but then we're going to take this piece of wood and just kind of fly up with it. And we need to create two different saves to save warp into the next map with. So first, I'm gonna fly over this way. Right over to this rooftop over here, save there. I'm gonna reload a previous save and fall down this way. And this will be where we put our other save. So I'm gonna reload another previous save and fall down this way and actually go to the end of where this map is. Ooh. Let's try that again. So now we're gonna do two save warps here. The first save warp we're gonna just appear next to this car, and we're gonna replace that save inside of the car, which will be useful once we go to the next map. This next save warp, we're just gonna like be way out of bounds up here, but right above where the end of this map is. So now, while I'm kind of getting myself in position to clip back into this map, I'll explain why I have a save in that vehicle. So whenever you do a save warp in this game, you preserve all of the states from where your save was just going into the map that you would have whenever you did the save warp. So what that means is that I maintain the physics, the movement, the health, the weapons, the vehicles, all stuff like that. So now, since I was in a vehicle, one of the things that happens when you're in a vehicle is you get no clip. So we just get no clip and fly over to this boat over here, but we can't unfortunately keep it. We can't just keep no clip the entire time because you can't actually touch map load triggers while you're in the no clip state, so we have to find ways to cancel it so that we can actually continue. So for this map, it was just, we got in and out of another airboat. But there's some more funky glitches that'll be coming with that glitch later. So here I'm just gonna bunny hop along this way and hopefully not die, because my HP is pretty low. We've got 1 HP, but that's fine. Here we're gonna be doing a save delete because we actually need to get another airboat here so that we can create another save in it for a no-clip glitch. So in case I didn't explain it well enough, I'll explain it again. Basically, like I said, whenever you save warp, you maintain all the properties from the save just going into the map that you would have normally. Your position, your physics, your movement, all the stuff like that. Whenever you are in a vehicle in this game, Valve actually gives you no clip to just try and prevent you from like having weird collision with the vehicle itself or anything that like happens to cross your path. It's mostly just like a cop-out thing that Valve does. like just to make things a little easier for themselves. But since we were able to remove ourselves from the vehicle without actually exiting the vehicle, we're able to maintain the no-clip state that we're in. And if we manage to cancel this no-clip glitch by another means other than touching a vehicle, such as touching this barnacle right here, then we actually maintain some of the properties of our vehicle physics without actually having the no-clip, which will come into play later, but essentially gives us very strange and weird collision with props that I'll go into more detail later, but for now, all you need to know is that it would be incredibly detrimental to have those on this map, so I'm going to save delete so I can just get placed back into this map with default weapons and equipment and stuff, and cancel the no-clip glitch, so we can bunny hop along this way. Now the reason why I really need to cancel it is because in this map, we're going to take this little wooden pallet right here, and we're going to be flying for the majority of it. We're just going to take it, put it underneath ourselves, go along for a ride. And like I said, you get very weird collision with props while you're in the no-clip glitch state. So we would not be able to do any of this at all, for reasons that you'll see later. And now we're just going to place this thing at an angle so that we can fly up really fast, and fly over this invisible wall that's over that gate, and we're just going to keep flying on this pallet. So we get over here. And here we're going to be setting up another save warp. It's going to fly over this way, and place a save right underneath this train, and reload the save that was right here. And now we're going to go to the end of this map. Hopefully we can get a good launch off this train. There we go, that's a nice launch. We're going to land... hold on, I want to try that again. We're going to land in the water, but still on the surface so that we keep our speed. And then do a save warp right here at the end of this tunnel. And that save warp will put us at the end of this map. Or almost at the end of it. So we can just bunny hop along this way. So now here, we're going to be doing another save delete. But we're going to create a save here first. So now we're going to save delete so that we can get back to the beginning of this map. And the reason why is because at the beginning of this map, if you save delete, you will spawn an airboat. And we want another airboat so that we can do a no-clip glitch in the next map. So now we're going to save warp back forward through this trigger and get our no-clip glitch. And this time we're going to be canceling it with a barnacle again. But this time, we're not going to be save deleting to get rid of our vehicle physics. This is where the fun of no-clip glitch starts to really come into play. So the first thing we're going to do, before we get into any of that, we're going to bunny hop along this way and try and launch ourselves off this hill. We didn't have enough speed there, unfortunately. Or a good enough angle or something. Which one is it? Was it an angle? Alright, there we go. We launched over the invisible wall that time. Now we're going to do another surf up this hill, and I'm going to set up another save warp. So I'm going to place a save up here, and bunny hop back this way. I can place a save warp save right about here, which will be useful in a couple maps. Then we're just going to bunny hop to the end of this tunnel, and we're not going to do a save warp into the next map, but you'll get to see the funky prop physics I was mentioning before. So, whenever you've got the vehicle physics, you can just take a prop, jump up against it while holding it up to a wall, and you'll build up speed infinitely until you just manage to clip through the wall, like that. Or like that. So, by taking a prop and any thin wall in this game, you can actually just, if you do it right, clip straight through it. And that's a trick we call quick clipping. It's possibly the most broken thing in this run, might be even more broken than save warping, although it is technically caused by save warping. But here, since we have the funky vehicle physics, I've got to climb up this prop in a specific way. I can't just fly like I usually do, I've got to like stay still and spam crouch and stuff. But yeah. As another property of the vehicle physics, I also do not take damage from bullets anymore. The only things I can take damage from is falls and explosions, which is pretty useful. It means that I have to worry about my HP less than I normally would have, which is nice. So now, that save that I made earlier, I'm just going to save warp backwards here to place it into the correct map, replace the save, and then go back forwards through this trigger and save warp. Which will place me right here, which is pretty close to the end of the map, but not quite there. So I'm going to grab this box, because we need this box to get back in bounds, and we're going to do a quick clip through this gate. And come up this way. So quick clip is like, it's definitely one of the craziest finds that's ever been made in this game. Like, without a doubt. And it's like one of the most fun things to just mess around with too. It's here for the last map of the canal section. We need this box, so I'm running back to grab it since I didn't grab it while flying past it. We're gonna use this to clip into this gate up here. Oh, didn't have enough speed to like do the ramp boost into it. There we go. Now we're gonna just fly through this way. And we're gonna be moving into the Eloi map. So this map is one really long cutscene essentially. So we're just gonna make our way to that for now. We do have ways to speed up this cutscene, but this is one of the few cutscenes in the game that we can't just entirely skip, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, it gives us a little bit of downtime. But, first what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start the cutscene, and then I'm gonna immediately quick clip back out and run over this way. And I'm gonna set up a save warp that will skip the cutscene that is in the next map. Which, I mean, like, thank God. Because it'd be really painful if we had to watch both of those cutscenes. So now we're gonna make our way back to where the cutscene was now that we've placed our save warp save. Get ourselves back in the room. And then, in here, I'm just gonna set up a couple props real quickly. This isn't 100% necessary, but it makes things easier for me. And now, I'll mostly just be doing small things to speed up the cutscene. But one of the main things that we can do to speed up cutscenes in this game is there is a glitch where, basically, if I bop enemies on the head with props, I can trick them into thinking that they're stuck. And whenever they think they're stuck, they'll teleport further along their path, so I can just get them to basically walk a little bit faster to different sections, which can save like small bits of time here and there. I'm gonna set up this barrel in a specific way on this fence, and I'll use that to do a couple quick clips in just a bit. But for now, we gotta listen to Eloi, or we have to listen to Mossman here rant about whatever she rants about while she's calling the elevator.
They're dependent on local transportation. If they knew what we were doing with entanglement.
Now, as soon as she closes the door, we're gonna quick clip back out, and I'm gonna do a skip here that will skip like half of the cutscene.
I'm just so excited to think that we'll finally have the chance to work together.
The elevator doors close. I'm gonna jump out, and I'm gonna use this barrel to clip down into the next room, and then use this bed and table to clip into this room down here. And now I'm gonna enter this room, which will make it so that I can start this cutscene a little bit earlier. And now that we've done that, we can actually speed up the cutscene a little bit if I can successfully keep Mossman out of that room. So I'm just gonna like hold her back with the barrel until Eloi says a specific line, and that's whenever I know that I can let her through. Now, if I did it right, which I believe I did, then Alex will walk in right about now, and we get this masterpiece.
I can't believe you made it so quickly on foot.
It would take you this long to get back to me. Record, honey. Welcome to the lab.
He earned it.
It's not
I guess you proved you can handle yourself out there.
There's nothing
It's going to be a
Gordon
lot more
can't
like Black
handle.
Mesa with
Yeah. Because there's two different cutscenes playing at once, the NPCs just talk over each other, which, fortunately for us, makes things a little bit entertaining while we have to wait a little bit. So here, I'm gonna just try and teleport Mossman. We got or Alex, we got a small teleport.
It's been a real honor. I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to
now
working together.
I'm gonna just be waiting around for a little bit and doing small things to speed up the cutscene here and there. So this would be a good time to read off donations right about now, if there were any. And this would be one of the only good times for donations for like the next 20 minutes or so. There's only like 3 times that a lot of donations can be read, but each of those periods is pretty long, with this one being the shortest. So here I'm just waiting for Mossman to come back out of this door. And whenever she comes back out, I can hit her on the head, teleport her just a little bit forward into her next cutscene event, and she's gonna run and talk to Alex, and they're gonna yell at each other. They're gonna talk about girl things. They're gonna have a cat fight,
Someone misjudged the capacity of the compound.
and I get to sit here and mess around for a little bit again until it's my turn to do something in the cutscene again. Now Eli is gonna be here with his Mega Man gun. He got that thing stuck on his hand whenever I did it, or whenever I started cutscene early, which was kind of unfortunate for him. But he looks cooler, so that's nice.
Along and give him some practice with the gravity gun.
Sure. Come on, Gordon. Let's go have some fun.
So right now I'm just positioning myself in ways so that I can speed up the cutscene slightly by manipulating where NPCs go, and then still trying to stuck teleport them further along their paths whenever I can.
So I see we've met Dr. Mothman.
Yeah, NPCs have a lot of lines here. And unfortunately, the load trigger for the next map doesn't load in until we get Alex to move over there. Otherwise, we would just be able to skip this whole thing.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking behind her back. It
So,
just gets a bit claustrophobic.
we do have to
down
wait
here.
for her. But we're basically at the end now. She has one last line, and then there's one last trick I can do. And this is a pretty big stuck teleport if I can get it up this ramp, but it's pretty finicky. We're just gonna see if I can do it. Oh, come on. The only problem is that if you mess it up, then she like significantly slows down this ramp and you lose a lot of time. So I'm just gonna stop for now until she gets to the top of the ramp. And now we're gonna be doing our save warp. She's gonna get in here, door's gonna close, we're gonna save warp into the next map to skip the next cutscene. We're just gonna fall into the top of this ladder room here and immediately go into the next map. So now we're in the town segment. And this segment is going to have a lot of quick clipping really fast. So we're just going to be grabbing like whatever prop is convenient and just clipping through a bunch of different walls and stuff. And ooh, that's not great. This is not a great prop to do this with, but I'm going to try and use this piece of wood here to fly across this map. So I'm just going to like, and this is pretty tough. This is some tight timing that I have to do on these crouch jumps, but we got it, fortunately. Now we're just gonna keep bunny hopping along. Quick clip into this next room, save a little bit of time, and move right along into the next map. So I'm gonna grab this barrel and quick clip into the attic that's on the other side of this wall. I think I messed it up there. We'll try it again. There we go. And then take this brick and quick clip down and to the right, into the room that's down there. Perfect. Now here, we've got pretty good HP, so we don't need to stop for health kits or anything, but we do need to stop for this brick. And we're going to use this brick and use it to clip through these fences. And each time I do it, I'm also going to be flicking my mouse to the left so that I can keep the brick through the fence. Like, just get it to fly around the fence with me. And that's just like a small thing that I can do to save time, because it means I don't have to turn around and go pick up the brick again. But now we're going to use this brick to just fly over this fence here and move right to the end of the map. Now here in this map, we're going to be setting up another save warp, a pretty big save warp too. I'm going to crouch right about here and shove this brick into myself, and I'm going to build up a lot of speed downward until I have enough speed so that whenever I save load, I just clip through. I'm going to make that save out of bounds down there. And so whenever I save warp into the next map, it will just place me in the elevator, or in the mine shaft, right at the end. Just like that. Now, just like that, we're already basically done with the town section. There's one last map. This one doesn't have any, like, super major skips or anything. But we're just going to be bunny hopping pretty fast. Quick clipping through a few things. And most importantly, we're going to get a shotgun here, which we can use just for a couple things, mostly optimizations. But we're going to use that to like break some props, like kill an enemy or two. And then quick clip through a few things. And now we're moving on to coast. So this section is like probably the most raw, like just movement section in the game. There's not a lot of quick clipping, there's not a lot of save warps. It's pretty much just bunny hopping and trying to go as fast as you can across the openness of the map. And each map, like, each of these maps has something tricky in it. There's not a single map of these that I would say is, like, super easy. Like, there, that... I just, like, did a little surf to not take any fall damage. And there I actually lost my speed, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna keep going. So I also have to be super careful to not take too much fall damage. I have to take very close watch of my HP and do movement in specific ways based on how much HP I have. Here we're gonna... I was gonna try and drive by one of these guys, but they were not in good positions for me to do that. But I need their SMG for a strat in a couple maps from now. So I'm gonna slide up that ramp. And our HP is pretty good, which is nice, because it makes the next map... Not this map, but the map after, a little easier. So here we're going to build up a lot of speed from bunny hopping, and we're going to use that to just fly up the side of this mountain. Perfect. We're going to grab these health kits and make our way into the next map. And the next map, I'm going to have to do a pretty big SMG boost, and one that's pretty tricky as well. I'm watching my speed here, so I can see like what kind of angle I need to take. And I think this is good. Perfect. So that SMG boost is way harder than I just made it look, but we just skipped like a very large portion of the map very quickly with that SMG boost. And I had really, really solid HP exiting too. Like, that's actually really, really good. That was a gold split for that map too. That was sick. Anyways. Gonna keep going with my speed. Keep doing like some small jumps and stuff so I can go as fast as possible. Here I'm gonna hopefully slide over this. There we go. And position myself right here. And here I have to set myself in a certain way so I can bunny hop straight forward in the line, and that's because my frame rate drops to like 1 here, no matter what, while this train is moving for the first time. So I just want to make sure I'm like able to build up speed while that's going on. And I can do a ramp slide off of that so I don't take any fall damage. I'm going to bunny hop through this tunnel for a little bit. There is another trick I'm going to do here where I can ramp off of like props and stuff to get small boosts like that. That's mostly used for small optimizations, but it looks kind of cool, so I like pointing it out. And here, if I do it right... Ooh, I did not do it right. Normally, I would go up on top of this mountain next to me, but since I missed the ramp that I usually go off of, we're just going to stick it down here, which is fine. It's just a teeny bit slower, and I lose a little bit more HP doing so. But it's all good. Ooh, I messed up my movement there a little bit. Here I'm just gonna, hopefully, eventually, okay, come on, just go along the side of this ramp here, or the side of this hill. This does not normally happen. This happens during an actual GDQ run, I might cry. Alright, cool. We made it through the easiest part of that split. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna do a big ol' boost off this rock here to fly over this mountainside, and then slowly surf down so that we don't take too much fall damage. We didn't take any fall damage there, which is nice. Move straight into the next map. So here, I don't have an SMG, but my HP is okay, so I'm going to stop up here. And I'm gonna take that SMG nade so that I can use it a few maps from now. So I have to be very careful with my HP here, because, that sucks. It sucks getting stuck on that NPC, but that's fine. We'll just clip through this thing, instead of flying over like I usually do. So let's see. Oh, I didn't get the boost off the barrel there. There's like a cool boost you can do where you just go flying over everything here. But, it's fine. We'll just climb up there, stop for some HP. We're gonna do another quick clip through this wall. Dude, that is so hard to say sometimes, Jesus. And take this box, and we're gonna quick clip underneath the map this time, so we can come over this way a little quicker. And then one last quick clip to skip a small portion of the map, and we're moving right on to the last map of Coast. So this map has another tricky SMG boost, but for a little bit we're just going to be doing a bunch of bunny hops until we get there. But this SMG boost isn't as tricky. It also doesn't save as much time, but if you have the nade, it's always worth it to go for it. Ooh, this is not going well right now. There we go. Took a few attempts. We got up there. Now we're gonna just bunny hop across this hill, and hopefully be able to climb up this hill here, which we did. And now we're just gonna jump along the top of the map up here, straight down to this pipe, so that we can move on to the prison segment. Now we're gonna just bunny hop through these pipes a little bit, try and keep our speed as we go through them, which I didn't do a super great job of, but that's fine. And this map's a little unlike the rest of the prison maps. There's actually a lot of bunny hopping in this one, but for most of the prison maps, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff similar to the town maps, where I was just clipping through a bunch of stuff. Like here, I'm going to take a piece of that exploded barrel and clip into this room that's close to the end, and then make my way this way. Now, while I'm waiting for the next map to load here, because it takes a little bit, I'm just going to break this box and take an SMG nade. And then we're going to quick clip through here and place a save right there for a save warp. And we'll use that save warp a few maps from now. Oh, that's unfortunate. I picked up the AR, but it's fine overall. It means that picking up the SMG nade earlier was pointless because I can't use it, but it's not slow enough to justify reloading for. So we're going to quick clip with this chair in a pretty precise way. Where the... I don't even know where I ended up there. Okay, come on. And if we do this right, which right now we are definitely not doing it right. There we go. We'll end up right down here. And I can quick clip through this jail cell with the turret. And since we don't have an SMG nade, we need to grab this turret and quick clip through this wall. Normally we would just do an SMG nade boost over it, but it's fine. So now here, I'm going to be doing another save warp. So I'm going to save warp backwards to put, once again, get my save in the right place. I'm going to replace it, and then go back forward through the save warp, or through the load trigger. Which will put me right at the end of this next map. I'm going to take this barrel, and I'm going to quick clip through this wall here. This one's also kind of precise, but I've got a pretty good setup for it, so it's not too big of a deal. And we're going to quick clip. I've been saying that word a lot, but we're going to just keep clipping through walls and shit. Or walls and crap. Sorry. Anyways, moving on. Here, this is actually a strat that we have to do. I don't know if I'll do this for GDQ or not, because I'm not sure how staff will feel about this, but it's faster RTA here for me to quit out of the game and relaunch it, because it significantly reduces the loads if I do so. So here I'm just going to restart the game real quick, get right back into it, grab this box, and come along this way with it. And here we're going to clip through another wall with it to skip a little bit of a cutscene. And to skip even more of the cutscene, we're going to take this shelf thing, I guess, and we're going to use it to J-clip upwards. So we get stuck inside of it until we clip ourselves out of the map, and now we're going to save and load a bunch until we get high enough so that I can stand on top of the map, which is in one more save load. Perfect. So I'm going to just jump over this way, then save load up some more, which basically all I really did was skip an elevator ride, but trust me, this is way faster than that elevator ride. We're gonna run along this way, grab this chair, keep going, clip through some more walls, open up this door. Hey, that's an actual door that we have to open, what do you know? You don't see many of those in this game. So here I'm gonna set up another save warp, just gonna run towards this room, place a save, and do a quick save warp. Which, it doesn't really move me that far, but it places me out of bounds here, which is really nice because that means I can do a little bunny hop sequence to put myself right under the ending room. and I'll save and load back up. And perfect. And we'll move on. So here, I'm gonna grab this box so that I can place it right next to these guys and jump over their heads with it, ideally. There we go. I just got stuck on it the first time, but that's okay. And now that I've clipped through those walls, I'm gonna go ahead and start this cutscene. And this cutscene is very long. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna heal myself up. I'm gonna grab some armor. And then we get to sit here and play the waiting game. So like I said, there's 3 cutscenes in this game that we actually have to watch that are particularly long. The first one was the Eloi cutscene, which we have a way to speed up. This cutscene, we really don't have a way to speed up, because we have to wait until that elevator can go all the way to the top, which doesn't happen until a certain point in the cutscene. Much later. So after this part of it, eventually these turrets will, or their doors will be opened up and I can grab them. That starts the next part of the cutscene. But for now, this would be a good time to read donations. There's not really a lot for me to talk about. I suppose, like, I could explain a couple things in this game a little better here, possibly. Like, I explain, like, some of the physics behind save warping and stuff, if there's no donations to be read. But, yeah. Right now, we just have to wait. And eventually, you know, all the Half-Life 2 lore and stuff. Spoiler alert, by the way, for the, like, 15-year-old game or something. Mossman's gonna kidnap Eli and take him to Breen, who's the bad guy in this game. And we're all gonna be like, hey, what the heck? That's not cool. You shouldn't do that. And then I'm gonna get ambushed by guards, and they're gonna try and kill me. But I'm still immune to bullets, so they can't really do anything. So it turns, it's like basically something from an auto-scroller to just a cutscene, since I don't actually have to do anything to survive. But yeah, they're gonna teleport out of here. Goodbye, Mossman and Eli. Nice knowing you. Now I'm just gonna wait right here by these doors until the turrets are grabbable. As soon as I grab these 2 turrets, it will start the next part of the cutscene, which will be whenever the guards actually break in through this door. And I'm gonna wait right here because I actually want a piece of the debris, which I'll use to skip a cutscene in the next map. So we're gonna grab this specific piece of debris, and we're gonna make our way this way, and we're gonna place a save for a save warp. We're just gonna come over here, position ourselves about right there, make a save, and now I get to wait another few minutes. So, like I said, we have to wait for that elevator, which is moving very slowly, as you can see, to come all the way down to us. Normally you'd have to, like, shoot a bunch of guards and stuff, but they're really bad at their job. And they really, like, just can't shoot worth anything. It's kind of sad, actually. I just dodged their bullets without even trying. Yeah. While I'm here, we can mess around with them a little bit. Like, I can hold up this pallet, and then, they try and move around it, because they can no longer see me. So I can just block them out with it. Or I can, like, you know, put them in a match against this turret. Oh, they punched it. It's impressive. Still got one of them, though. But yeah. I'm just gonna sit here. It's kind of funny sometimes if sometimes I'll just peace out and go to the bathroom or something, and I'll be hanging out up there, and I'll come back down, and the guards will actually have managed to kill themselves by throwing grenades. And which is honestly pretty impressive. Let's see if I can get up there. A boost? Damn it. Could have been good. Okay, so if I lose HP here, it actually doesn't matter, because like I mentioned earlier, whenever I save warp, I keep the HP of whatever save that I'm save warping with. So since I made that save earlier, I'll have the HP from basically just after I had healed. Which is nice. And, I'll still be keeping the no-clip glitch, which we've been keeping since basically the coast maps. So that we can quick clip and stuff. Because that still persists through saves and stuff. The only thing that doesn't persist is the weapons you have. If you save warp, it just deletes your weapons no matter what. So, I have to keep picking up new rifles and stuff every single time that I save warp, if I need to use one. Now that we're in this elevator, I'm gonna jump a lot because there's a chance, since I've got the no-clip glitch, that I could just clip through this elevator, but it doesn't happen if I'm jumping, so I'm just gonna do that. Also, I just saw my life flash before my eyes. That orb got very close, and I think orbs can still kill me. So as soon as my screen flashes white here, I'm gonna hit my save warp key, which will put us right here, outside of the cutscene, and we're gonna jump down to the trigger with this doggy crate. Now this doggy crate is gonna help us skip another cutscene here, where normally we'd have to wait for Alex's pet to like come and throw this truck out of the way for us, but we're just gonna clip through it with the doggy crate, and come along this way, clip through the end thing with it, and move right into the next map. Now City 17 is probably my favorite section to speedrun. It's got a good amount of movement, it's got a good amount of quick clipping, it's got a good amount of save warps, it just has everything. Like, it's just a lot of fun to run. A lot of really neat tricks in it. So here we're gonna quick clip through this wall, take this little wooden pallet with us so that we can quick clip in the next map. Right about there. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I actually quick clip down by accident instead of forward. But it's all good. So here I'm going to be setting up a save warp. I'm going to take this barrel, and I'm going to quick clip through that wall with it, so I can bunny hop out this way, and place a save at some pretty precise coordinates, but not too precise, which I'll save warp with in the next map. Not the best movement, but we're doing good. Now we'll save warp. And if we did it right, fall straight into this stairwell, which we did, and jump straight to the end of the map. So here, I'm gonna do some bunny hops and build up enough speed, and then hopefully be able to launch myself over this truck, just like that. We're gonna set up another save warp save here on top of those barrels. Excuse me, officers. I've got some speed running to do. So here, I'm just gonna J-clip myself real quick. Instead of waiting for this guard, instead of waiting for this rebel to help us out and like blow up the debris in the way, we're just gonna clip through it. And run up these stairs before he even finishes talking. And continue on with our merry way. So here, I actually need to quick clip through there really fast, or that civilian will actually prevent us from quick clipping through it. We'll just be like bounced back from it every single time we try. So if I don't quick clip through there fast enough, it loses quite a bit of time. So now we're gonna save warp backwards again, so we can have our save in the right map. Then we're gonna reload the save onto this stairwell, and then save warp into the next map. So here, this is the first time we're gonna abuse wait commands without actually doing a save warp. I'm just going to press my wait command spam key and just jump through that fence before the map actually loads, because the map load trigger is actually right before that fence. And it's slightly faster to spam wait command so that we can clip through it before that next map loads than if we just went through the trigger normally. Right here, I'm gonna do a small little jump. That one's actually a little trickier than it looks, but we're through it. We got through it just fine. We're gonna take a piece of this barrel debris, and we're gonna use this to climb up this map. till we get right about here. Now we're going to use this barrel debris to clip through the door. And keep moving along. Like here, I can grab this supply crate. I'm going to toss it over because I'll need a supply crate for the next map, but I also need a J-clip through here. So I can skip that small portion of the map. Now instead of opening this door to my left and waiting, we're just going to quick clip through there. We're going to open up this door, shoot a guard, take his SMG, and we'll use that to break a box and grab a wood splinter. And we're going to use this wood splinter to skip quite a few things in this next map here. First, we're going to clip through this window. I'm going to flick my mouse each time I do this to try and preserve this thing. Oh, we didn't preserve it there, but that's fine. We can just grab this box. Now I'm going to shoot a nade to just kill those guards so they're not in my way. We'll keep moving along. Now we're just going to get through here with this newspaper. Grab this box. Keep going through these walls. Now we have to be careful to not pick up certain weapons here. Because we don't want to pick up, like there's a rocket launcher in that room. We don't want to pick up that rocket launcher just yet, because there's a chance that these guys could drop grenades. And if they drop a grenade, we actually cannot use grenades while we're in the vehicle physics state like that. So I can't use weapons right now, which means I need to pick up that rocket launcher, or else I'm just kind of screwed. I would not be able to use the rocket launcher, which means I would not be able to do that rocket jump that I just did. But we're all good. So we're going to save warp, get on top of this roof, turn around, come back this way. Now here, I need to make my way down here without dying, but it doesn't matter how much damage I take, because now we're going to finally get rid of our vehicle physics. We're going to do a save delete here, which will get our HP back, and also cancel our vehicle physics. Now we're playing normal Half-Life 2 again. So I'm going to use that dumpster with the gravity gun and try and launch myself with it. There we go, just like that. So that we can come along this way just a little bit faster. Now we're going to take a little piece of debris here. And this debris is going to be your buddy for quite a long time. It's going to be your best friend. But first we're going to use him to shove this rebel out of the way so that we don't have to listen to him talk, which I'm struggling with right now. There we go. Now we're going to take this piece of debris. We're going to fly up into the sky with it. And skip this entire, like, gunfighting sequence that you'd normally have to do. We're just going to make our way this way. So now, once we land down here, I'm actually going to have to wait about 9 seconds. And the reason why is there's a cutscene trigger to my left, and if I activate it early, then it'll actually cause the game to soft lock. So, now that we've waited long enough, I can go and touch the cutscene trigger. Alex's pet will throw some stuff, Barney will talk a little bit, but I'm just going to go over here and set up this little wooden pallet to make it easier to carry with me. So now, this is the part where he would normally soft lock. If we activated the trigger too early, then he would not actually start this part of the cutscene. He would just keep beating his chest and wondering why, like, Barney wasn't helping him activate the next part of the cutscene. But yeah, because we did it right, he helps us out. We just gotta wait a little bit longer, then we can fall through. So now, we're going to take this wooden pallet, and we're going to continue to use it to basically skip the rest of the game. We're going to fly across the Citadel with it. This is flying through the Citadel part one of many. Yeah. This wood is literally our best friend. We would not be able to go nearly as fast as we actually do without this piece of wood. Now we're going to fly over here, right next to the load trigger for this map. And now we're going to do a trick called pod ride skip. I'm going to place this wooden piece, or this wooden debris, at a specific angle so that I could use it to bounce up into the trigger, and then also shove me out of this pod so that I don't actually have to ride in the pod. Instead of riding in the pod through the entire citadel, I'm just gonna ride my piece of wood here, which is much faster. So I'm gonna keep, like, object flying through here, and being very careful and saving often, because a small mistake can cost a lot here. We're just gonna keep flying, and now, right about here, I'm gonna try and position this wood piece at an angle so that I can use it to altitude fly and fly up really fast. Because here we need some height so that we can get on top of a railing that is above us, right about there. Now we're almost at the end of this. Oh, I just barely missed it. I hit a wall. There we go. Now we're gonna fall down into this place right here, where another cutscene happens. And in this cutscene, we're supposed to lose all of our weapons and armor stuff, but we really want to keep our rocket launcher. So I'm gonna position myself right here next to this gate and move out just a little bit. And now whenever I lose my guns, I'm gonna pick up the rocket launcher before they start getting disintegrated. And now because I picked up the rocket launcher before it started getting disintegrated, every weapon in my inventory will get disintegrated except for the rocket launcher. Which is really nice because we're gonna need it for some skips. So I'm just gonna heal up a little bit. And we're gonna use the rocket launcher to launch ourselves around this wall. There we go, just like that. Also now, after that cutscene, we have the super gravity gun because it was not successfully destroyed by the... whatever that thing's called, I can't remember. But we can actually use this one as a much better weapon. So like, we're gonna kill all these guards and stuff. And now I'm gonna do a really hard skip. So I would probably ask one of my commentators to explain this trick for me while I'm doing it, because it's really tough and really precise. But basically, I'm placing this debris in a specific way so that I can use that energy ball and have it launch me all the way up here, just like that. Which I did really well there. I just messed up the rocket jump at the end. Okay, come on. Oh, come on, please. Just keep having, like, bad angles. There we go. But yeah, that's a very difficult and precise skip. And I should have had that first try, too. I messed up the easy part of it, which is the rocket jump. Yeah. One of my commentators will be able to explain that better than I can while I'm actually working on, doing the run. But, now moving on, I'm gonna do a small skip here. I'm gonna jump into a pod that is right here, which will start a cutscene early. Normally we would have to wait an extra 30 seconds for a pod to move, but because we jumped into this pod instead that's further up, which that was actually a pretty difficult movement sequence that I did, but because we did that, it starts just 30 seconds earlier. And now, once again, this would be another good time for donations. Or, the thing that I always do whenever I do this run on stream is that I'll go and just do a refunked any % run while this is going on. So I don't know how GDQ staff feels about this, but while this cutscene's going on and I'm riding this pod all the way through the Citadel, I could just do a refunked run during it, which would take almost no setup at all. I use the exact same resolution and stuff for both games, the same sensitivity, everything. All I would have to do is just launch the game and then we'd be good to go. And this cutscene would be playing in the background. We could do our refunked run in like 3 minutes or so, and still have half of the cutscene left to watch. Yeah, otherwise, this is a great time to read donations, as there's literally nothing going on. I'm just riding through this pod. And that's literally it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna disable auto pause so that the next map loads immediately to make sure that it's not loaded, so I can go not pay attention for a little bit, go on Twitter and stuff. There's also a few things that I could do here, by the way, in not in this part of the cutscene, but in the next half of the cutscene. We could, like, mod some stuff in the game to have custom models or custom voice lines and stuff. Maybe just for, like, a joke or two, but also for a donation incentive, potentially. Once again, don't know how staff feels about all that. I feel like it's something that we can talk about. I'll ask someone about, probably. But I'm just saying, that would get rid of the whole refunct setup problem. The whole setup taking longer than the actual run.
Don't struggle. It's no use.
That's all I'm saying.
Until you're where he wants you, there's nothing you can do. I'm sorry, Gordon.
Yeah, lore-wise, I guess I could talk about that here. There's not much going on, honestly. Well, I mean, there is a lot going on, but not much that I care about. This is the part where, like, you can confirm, oh my god, Mossman betrayed us and took us to Breen, and now we've been captured, and Breen's gonna tell us his evil plan before he kills us.
Also beyond words, Breen. Genocide. Indescribable evil. Good.
You know, all that good old James Bond stuff.
Well, if it isn't Gordon Freeman at last. What's this? I'll put it over there. You have my gratitude, Doctor.
Oh yeah, Breen's gonna be like, hey, I know that the G-Man is taking money to decide what you do, and decide what you do, and so I'm gonna pay him a lot of money to have him do my bidding. And Breen, by the way, works for aliens. I don't remember which ones. It's not the Zen from the first game. It's a different alien species. I don't remember all the details, but the important thing is, we're locked in this pod and can't do anything for the next 3 minutes.
Thanks to you, we have everything we need in that regard.
Yeah, he's gonna kill Eli. Or, not kill Eli, he's gonna send Eli and Alex, who's in that pod over there, into a Combine portal, so that they can get killed by the Combine soldiers.
Eli refuses to speak the words that would save them all.
And it's all because Eli refuses to tell the rebels to stand down.
If you won't do the right thing for the good of all people,
Eli's a real, or not Eli, Breen's a real bad guy. Man, I'm running out of things to talk about in this video. I should have just done a refunct run instead of watching this cutscene. It's too late now, though.
That's all up to you, my old friend. Will you let your stubborn short-sightedness burn the entire species, or will you give your child the chance her mother never had?
How dare you even mention her?
Oh man, you tell him, Alex. You tell him. Spit in his face.
But your father's stubborn nature.
You haven't seen a bit of it yet.
Disrespect the heck out of him, my dude.
Well, it serves you on the far side of a Combine portal.
Go ahead, Breen.
Now here, Mossman's gonna have an existential crisis and get real depressed for a little bit, and then she's gonna decide, I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm gonna save everyone.
It isn't necessary.
I agree. It's a total waste. Fortunately,
there we go, Mossman's depressed, contemplating whether or not she wants to continue in this life, and decides that she has something worth fighting for, which is helping us continue our speedrun. And depending on which marathon this gets accepted to, fight cancer or get doctors to other borders.
Never make any kind of deal with you.
I understand if you don't wish to discuss this in front of your friends. I'll send them on their way, and then we can talk openly.
But here we go. Mossman's got the taser. She's gonna tase the computer so that the teleporter doesn't work. And then threaten Breen.
We're doing what I could never do alone. We're stopping you.
Yes.
But unfortunately, Mossman's a big ol' idiot and leaves the super gravity gun just over there lying on the table right next to Breen.
Judith, Dr. Mossman, please.
I'm sorry, Wallace.
Now she's gonna walk over here and she's gonna set us free from her pod.
Don't.
And we're gonna be greeted with the greatest voice line in the game.
Hurry!
From Eli.
Dad, hang on.
Or not from Eli, from Breen.
Watch out, he's gonna.
No! And now we've got control of our character again, but the cutscene's not over yet. We still gotta wait a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm gonna flip this chair over. Because we're gonna use this chair to skip a few things here and there.
There's no time, Alex. He's on his
So I'm just gonna wait here for Alex.
You'll need this.
Dr. Mossman, Judith, Look after my father.
Also, I just realized this is literally world record pace. That's cool.
Dad, I'm
Let's not mess it up.
Goodbye.
Never.
I'm gonna give Alex a good old bop on the head here and hope that she teleports. Nice! I actually didn't expect to get that. That's a really precise teleport.
We haven't known each other.
So normally here I would screw around while I'm waiting for this elevator to go up and like fly up with the chair, but I'm not gonna do anything risky here.
I had to rescue my father, but you.
Yeah, for this part of it, we're kind of just watching cutscenes for a little bit longer.
Hey, listen.
And then once this elevator gets to the top, I'm gonna have an opportunity to do another stuck teleport, which saves a good bit of time. And then we're gonna use this chair to skip a lot of different things and do a lot of things very quickly. There we go. We got the stuck teleport. So now we're gonna place this chair gently over there. We're gonna grab the super gravity gun and then use the chair. Fly. Oh no. Where's my save? Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. We're gonna use this chair to fly over the elevator down to here. That might have lost world record, I don't know. Aw, that's upsetting. Anyways. We can use this chair to fly really fast. So we use it to fly over that elevator wall and get into the elevator with Breen. That we can come over here. And now we're gonna use it to just fly up this way, up to the top of this part of the map. And then I'm gonna touch a trigger here, which will start the boss fight, I guess.
We've got to stop
Oh no.
this again. We've got to stop Dr. Breen.
So now we're gonna land here. And we're just gonna fire these energy balls right into the middle of it so that the game ends just like that. And I think this is still barely world record. World record's of 55:09, so let's see. It's not 54, that's upsetting, but whatever. Oh, the timer didn't stop. The timer was supposed to stop. Okay, it's still a record. It's still a record.
Dr. Freeman.
Aw, man. But yeah, that's Half-Life 2 in the older engine with scripts allowed.
It seems as if you only just arrived.
Thanks for watching, guys, and I guess that's world record too.
Deal in a small time span.
Yeah, for the rest of this, you know, G-Man talks a little bit, gives us some lore, tells us some of the stuff that's going to be happening in the next game.
I wouldn't contemplate them, but
and you know, we don't care too much because we're just speedrunning. So I'm just going to cut off the video here instead of watching the cutscene. Thanks for watching, guys.